When a baby suffers a brain injury like HIE, the signs are often right there on the fetal heart monitor. The monitor tells a story of how a baby is handling labor, but too many times those warning signs can be ignored and the result can be life-changing for a family. One of the most important warning signs is something called variability. And variability is going to be the beat-to-beat wiggle in your baby's heart rate. It shows how well your baby's brain and nervous system are working during labor. Moderate variability is what doctors want to see. That's what they want to see during labor. What it means is that your baby is getting enough oxygen. Minimal variability is less reassuring. It means that the heart rate is not fluctuating as much as it should. And this can be an early warning sign that your baby may be under stress. And the last one is going to be absent variability, and that's going to be the most serious. It looks almost like a flat line, and it could mean that your baby is not getting enough oxygen to the brain. Now let's talk about late decelerations. These happen when your baby's heart rate dips after a contraction begins and does not recover until after the contraction ends. That pattern often means that the baby is not tolerating your labor or contractions well. And when late decelerations, when they keep happening with at least half of the contractions over about a 20-minute period, that is what we're going to call recurrent late decelerations. If recurrent late decelerations happen at the same time as absent variability, then the strip is going to be what is considered a category 3 strip. And that's going to be the most concerning strip, and it demands immediate action by the medical staff. Now, I want you to take some time and picture this. Contractions are coming regularly, and each time, instead of bouncing back quickly, your baby's heart rate dips in the contraction and only recovers after the contraction ends. Now we're going to add to that a baseline that looks flat with no normal wiggle in the heart rate. Together, that's a sign that the baby may not be getting enough oxygen and the clock is going to be ticking. I have a case file right now where a baby has an HIE brain injury, and on the monitor there are multiple instances of recurrent late decelerations and other concerning readings. And the medical professionals, they responded continually with conservative treatments, with things like repositioning mom or giving extra fluids or giving oxygen, but the baby's heart rate was not improving. And those steps, they just were not enough. And the baby remained in that position for too long and had a brain injury. This is the kind of situation that can lead to HIE if the medical team does not act quickly. And sometimes what that's going to mean is you've got to move to an emergency C-section. Now, I want to be clear with all of this. Not every strip that's going to have minimal or absent variability is going to lead to HIE. Sometimes you can have these injuries even when the doctors and the nurses, when they respond to the labor the right way. But when a strip shows absent variability and we got recurrent late decels and no action or appropriate action is not taken, these red flags, they can't be ignored. When we look at these strips, we're looking at essentially the baby's voice during labor, and sometimes that voice is ignored by the medical professionals. Again, I'm Marcus Boston. If you have any other questions about your baby's HIE brain injury at birth or a subsequent CP diagnosis from a medical legal standpoint, don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. You can find out more information about me in my profile. If you're watching this video on certain apps, you can send me a DM and we could chat a little bit about your baby story, or you can just wait and watch the picture that follows the end of this video. All right, that's going to be it for this morning's quick educational video. Have a great day, everybody.